So on any given Sunday, if people walk in here, they'll see a couple fresh faces, but then they'll see some faces that kind of look like you. So I want to talk to you about the impact your family has had in this journey that you've taken.
Oh, my family has had a big impact, man. They're the biggest supporters ever. From my mom, I'm shouting her out first because my mom, she's a very encourager. She's a supporter. She supports us in everything that we do. Also, my father, very big supporter, encourager. He's also a minister.
OG.
We call him OG around here. He also ministers, and it's such a great thing as well. They support us very, very much into this whole journey. So my family's my everything. My family has really been there to pray and to seek God while God is dealing on me to figure out how to lead this thing that we call Transformation Christian Fellowship. Right. So it's been a joy to do this. It's definitely been a joy to do this, and the joy to do it with your family, and they be good. That's a key. Y'all. That's a key thing. So most people get mad, oh, the pastor got his family and everything. Yeah, you'll get mad if your pastor has his family and everything and they're not good at what they do. Yeah. Now, I'm not sending any shots anybody's way, but if that is something, that's what happens in church and people get irritated, especially when pastors put their sons or daughters in place to take over certain things and they're not equipped to do what they need to do. My thing is there's a big difference. My brother's the executive director. He's good at what he does. Woo-hoo. And if you look at all of the social medias and all of that stuff like that, he is responsible for that. Yeah. When you look at my sister and what she does, and we'll be ordaining her elder next year. Woo-hoo. So when you look at what she does and what she brings to the table as our transformation coordinator, everybody loves her when she comes here. You know, everybody loves Brittany when she comes here. And so she's always greeting you. She's always handling the stuff, making sure things are in order, making sure everybody has what they need, and always is prompt. So it's not an issue when your family is good at what they do. If they weren't good at what they do, number one, if I wasn't good at what I do, my family wouldn't have support me. My family wouldn't support me at all. They'd say, like, come on in, son, bring it in, son. You need to do something else. That's not your calling. But that's how my family is. And so most people think, oh, this is your family. They're going to support you anyway. No, that's not true. That's not true. You'll be surprised with some people's family. I know with us, if I was not good, my brother would not be following me, and he's older than me. And my sister wouldn't follow me. So I just know that they've played a very crucial part in this whole thing called Transformation Christian Fellowship.
All right, so September is coming. Getting ready to celebrate 2 years. I know this is hard, but if you had to pick one of the biggest, most important lessons you've learned in these 2 years in building and planting and leading this church, what would that one
Never underestimate your enemy. When you told me that question, that's the biggest thing. Never underestimate the enemy that you're going to come up against when you start anything for God. Wow. Point blank, period. Ask Nehemiah. Ask any person who's done anything great for God. When Nehemiah was coming back to rebuild the wall, he was literally rebuilding the wall with one hand and had a sword in the other hand. So for all of you who want to do anything great for God, you need to have a sword on one hand, and you need to have your building materials with the right hand. That's right. Because just know opposition is coming. It's not a matter of if it's coming, it's a matter of when. And so our win was in the very beginning. So it was in the very beginning. Never underestimate your enemy, because I know there was an enemy there. I know he's very present. Yeah. And the very fact of the matter is, but I just knew, like, oh, this thing is, the church is going to grow. Never underestimate your enemy, and never underestimate who he will use to try to distract you. Wow. I'm telling you, that's the biggest lesson I've learned within 2 years of ministry, is that you never underestimate your enemy. And then number two, you must protect your house. Yeah. At all costs, as much as you can. You got to protect your house. You got to protect the work that God has put your hands to do. You have to protect it. But if as you said in your one question, what's the biggest thing I would say is that never underestimate the enemy. Never. He's clever. He knows what he's doing. Yeah. He's been doing this for a long time.
He's not dumb, y'all.
He's not dumb. For any person who preached to you and said the enemy's dumb, you need to leave their church. I'm sorry. You need to leave. That's bad teaching. You know, Paul said, don't, we're not, ignorant to his devices. Right. So the enemy uses a lot of devices to get what he wants to do done. So one thing I will say is never underestimate your enemy. Always be in prayer. Yeah. Always be on alert and on guard because he's going to come. Yeah. And he will try you through different people that will allow his influence upon them. So be careful.
So this was Q&A with my friend, my brother, my nephew, not really my nephew, Pastor B. I hope you guys enjoyed this session. We just wanted to give you guys an inside scoop. You see us on Instagram, you see us on Facebook, but you really may not know us. I'll tell you one solution to that. Come to church.
Yes, come.
In person. We don't have cooties, we don't have anything like that. We really are looking forward to seeing you guys, but we wanted to just give you guys an inside scoop on what we do here at TCF. Not only is this Pastor Brandon's call, but this is all of our calls to God personally. We all have a personal conviction. And so we just want to inspire and build. And if you haven't heard, we're taking over the Clarksville area and a couple of areas after that too. So
that's right.
We're going to be here for a very, very, very long time.
And we're not going nowhere.
Nowhere. So once
nowhere.
Again, you had to look at the other camera.
Because we didn't come to conform.
We came to transform. So meet us here, the Gathering Place, 6120 Day Long Lane, Clarksville, Maryland. Remember, transformation starts here.